Peace and blessings to you. Hope you're having a wonderful, blessed day. Welcome to Pakistan. Welcome to the northern parts of Pakistan. We are currently traveling through Punjab and we are off to a very special place this morning. We are on our way to the beautiful city of Murree. A wonderful good morning to you wherever you are in the world. And the rain has arrived in Rawalpindi. The plants, the trees, the flowers will be happy this morning, and there were some happy people last night as well because it's been very hot, and there was 3 young ladies that were dancing in the rain. It was a sight to behold, really. It was just happiness. The weather's very, very hot at this time of year, so even when it rains for a day or two, the weather changes dramatically and the temperature drops fairly quickly as we go over another bump. And as we leave the security point for Bahia town this morning, we have the usual undertaking motorbike, and because it's fairly tropical, it's still fairly warm. Guys ahead of us are just wearing t-shirts and just flying on their motorbikes. On the previous warm surface, particularly the island in the middle of the road, is absorbing water fairly quickly. Oh, and as we hit a little bit of a flood, it looks like we have some issues with the drainage. Oh, as we drive through a mini flood. There's a number plate recognition system with all the wires you would ever see and need. Oh, and we have a mini flood on that side. And there we go. And there's a nursery, flowers, plants, and if you're into botany, oh, and lots of pottery in between. As we hit a traffic jam, about to turn left onto the Islamabad expressway. And we have a junction on the left, which will be interesting. They do not allow each other like 2 inches, and this is what you call not a good following distance. Oh, look at these two. Oh, and he's about to move right. The road's completely unmarked at the moment. Oh, and his pressure horn's definitely working. Oh, we have a tiny bit of a flow. We're now at roughly about 10 miles an hour. And we have the guy in control of traffic. And there he was. How many of you love the hot weather? And how many of you love the cold weather? Well, the rain has arrived and we had people dancing in the streets and dancing in their gardens last night, which was a sight to behold. And this part of the PWD road appears to have some issues with the drainage. So it's causing a mini flood as we hit the very famous PWD road, which I think stands for the Pakistan Works Department. There's a huge housing society in this area, and the particular road that we're on right now has a huge amount, a different range of shops from local standard up to international standard, with a number of your high street brands as well. And we just have some random dogs wandering around. And if you're watching Maulana Abbas, or if you're watching Maulana Khabab from Masjid Al in Bradford, I believe your houses are over here somewhere. So it doesn't look like you guys have any issues with just walking to the corner shop and grabbing some milk. There's plenty of shops where you live. Plenty of gold where you live as well. So Rawalpindi is generally known for many things. It's the headquarters of the Pakistani army. It's home to the Rawalpindi cricket stadium, and it's one of the twin cities, with Islamabad being its very strong neighbour. Huge ties from families, cross-border relationships, so to speak, the Bidwal and the Islamabadis. MashaAllah, beautiful minaret on the masjid. And it's 8:45 in the morning, so it's fairly quiet as well. Oh, and we have hit a traffic jam. I was saying it's so quiet. So that traffic is starting to hit the Islamabad expressway in the distance, where there's a fair amount of work that has been taking place. There's a Mariam and Maria with a different logo, and there's Bauji Mukhpalao and restaurant, and it's my co-pilot Babar, mashallah, is at the steering wheel. We'll tell you a little bit more about. So Babar, that area by lone khalak boy ka de area nunga roduna sarkuna barakau de. Oh, and there's a sprinkle of rain. So this is called barakau. Ada pul jigan nivela kya judi. We have a new bridge in construction, which no doubt will have something to do with the China-Pakistan economic corridor and their huge investment into this country. It's an unbroken road, so I'm shaking all of the time. The pace at this development here, knowing Pakistan, this will be complete very shortly. MashaAllah, how many gifts does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give to us? We're currently in Murree and we're travelling through the cloud. I was reading somewhere that this is 2,291 foot above sea level. And it's been raining today as well. Apologies to all the geeks. 2,291 meters above sea level. The fresh air is absolutely priceless. And at the right time and the right place, I would have my pair of trainers on and I would go for a jog. And running and walking and jogging is a real means of discovery, which you can sense just the cool breeze. Just enjoy the journey. How about setting up shop on the corner? Narrow streets. As we hit the narrow streets of Murree. Welcome to organised chaos for a little while. The latest Mercedes and the latest Corolla. Subhanallah. Check all the cars. They're all neatly parked. Oh, here we go. Acha? Hey up. Fun fair in the middle of nowhere. So we are up in the clouds, and the guys have decided that they want to travel higher and higher and higher and higher in the chairlifts. So if you're going to come on to the chairlift, it's a fair walk up the hill, so you need to be reasonably fit and give yourself plenty of time, and there's usually a fair queue as well that are waiting for the lifts, so it's more like an airport type of wait. And that's the executive lounge, some plastic chairs and an umbrella. And here are some of the rules. Wait for your turn. So you wait by the yellow lines, it comes round and they whack you into it and off you go. Soldiers, there you go, the soldiers. Hey, go Reggie. Hey, how you doing, MashaAllah, draw!